Hey guys, it's Sam. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite planner, the Hobonichi Weeks. And a few years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago, I don't think that it was last year. I should have gone back and looked. I don't think it was last year though. I filmed a video about 5 things I love about the Hobonichi Weeks. And today I'm going to bring you another video about 5 more things that I love about the Hobonichi Weeks. So if you love this planner or you have been thinking about a Hobonichi Weeks planner, I hope that you'll join me. If we haven't met before, hi, my name is Sam and I like to talk about stationery and a few other things. And if you're a returning friend, thanks so much for always sticking around with me. If you could just take a second to like this video, it will help others see it. I would really appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, there's another video, which I will link in the description box, the other video that I had about 5 reasons why I love the Hobonichi Weeks. I feel like the first video covers like all the major obvious ones. This one will dive a little deeper, hopefully, in some of the more small things that maybe you wouldn't notice as much, or just things that I've just really come to love about this planner. So the first one is going to be the cream paper. So this is the thing, honestly, the cream paper was the most off-putting thing for me when I first found the Hobonichi Weeks. I opened it up. I had never before used anything with cream paper, definitely never a planner. And I was really just used to that kind of bright white look in my planner. And this is the one that was just the hardest, I think, for me to get used to. And when I first got it, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And for years, it was on my things that I would like to change about this planner to make it a perfect planner. And I definitely don't feel that way now. Obviously, if you're using like markers and highlighters of a brighter color, like if you're into neons or, you know, bright, pretty colors, maybe the cream paper would still not be your favorite. But for me, I use a lot of neutrals, a lot of earthy shades, and I feel like it just kind of makes the whole look a little bit more seamless. I'm now very used to seeing planner stickers that have like a white backing on them in this cream paper. So my brain doesn't even see the kind of thing that was a little bit more problematic for me at the time. And I know that the reason why the Hobonichi Week specifically was designed with the cream paper was so that this would be a planner that is the size and weight that is very useful for on the go. And so the cream paper is here to help mitigate glare and to make reading and writing a more enjoyable experience, especially in the sun. And I don't know how much I am affected by that really, but I am just really used to the cream paper now, and I just find it really calming and I really like it. It's funny because if you see it next to white paper, it's very like, oh, that's cream. But after you use it, your eyes get adjusted to it, and I don't even think about it really anymore until I'm like, you know, side by side in a different notebook. Like I definitely notice it when I'm using one of my pen and gear notebooks that I use for like my little messy notes. Then this is way more obvious. And I'm really like the muted look of this. So that would be number 1. Number 2, and this is just kind of a, I don't know, it's a Sam thing, I guess. It's quirky and different. I feel like it's very much like me. The shape of it, and I've talked about this before, if you have never held a Hobonichi Weeks in your hand, you know, you see them on videos, you see them on people's Instagram feeds, and you kind of think that you know what it's going to be like, but when you hold it in your hand for the first time, you're like, For those of you who might know what a checkbook is, or a check, just a check, you know, the planner itself is not a lot bigger than that, and I wasn't expecting that at first. It's very different in person than it is what you imagine it to be, I believe, for the first time. But I really like the shape of it. It fits in so many things. You have a really small bag, especially if you put it in just one of the clear covers and not one of the bulkier leather planner covers. It's going to fit in just practically everything. It even fits in one of those Lululemon bags that everybody loves to carry when they're out and about. It goes everywhere. So the shape is just so different and I love it. The Hobonichi pattern at the front, I don't know. I guess it's because this has been my friend for so many years. I really enjoy the little details about this planner that no other planner has. I love the monthly view, where you have the different shaded colors for the weekend, and everything is a grid. I love the fonts that they have. I know that a lot of people have switched to other brands, and the other brands are beautiful and they are very pleasing to the eye. I know a lot of them have the white paper instead of the cream paper, and a lot of people have switched to those brands for maybe for the font or maybe for the white paper. But for me, I just feel like they are almost I don't know, I don't know if this is accurate, but it's almost like they're too aesthetic. There's something just quirky, special, and different about the Hobonichi products that I just prefer the way they look. They seem right to me. And not saying that the others are wrong, but for me, for my comfort zone, for my brain, this is what this planner should look like. And then the other thing that a lot of planners, in my opinion, don't get right, and this is definitely a me thing. So there are many planners out there. Everybody does their dates and their dates differently. Let me grab a little moleskin. You think I would have been prepared. I knew I was doing this video. So one of the things that I love, 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 love about the Hobonichi weeks. So see how all of this is kind of similar, right? You have, obviously, if you ignore the weekend, which I wish they would do something different than this, but they're not, so that's fine. I love this little planner, and it's so similar to the Hobonichi weeks, but see how the week runs Monday through Sunday here, and it's all sectioned off in its own little skinny column. You always have your starting point right here, and it's blocked off. And how there's space underneath. I don't like the awkwardness of that space. And it used to be that I would put something here like my work schedule so that it was always in a line, and it kind of then combined the two, like broke off this area, and I didn't have this like awkward space underneath. But now my work schedule is always the same, and I have no need to track my work schedule. And so I don't know. I think most planners are like this, and I just don't like it. I don't like that awkward space underneath the date, and Hobonichi Weeks doesn't have that, and I love that. It's such a small little thing. And then sometimes I like to come in, I don't even know if I've done it this year, to be honest, but I used to. Yeah, see, I don't need to. Hold on, I've got an old weeks here. Let's see what I have had it for this week's. I used to come in and highlight my days off, and that would draw my attention very quickly. And I just feel like that wouldn't look the same in a planner that doesn't have the dates all in a line like that. So I very much appreciate it. Again, my schedule is always the same now, so I don't, except for like PTO, so I don't really need to take the time to bring attention to my dates. But that's just a little simple detail that's, I think, pretty uncommon for other planners, and the Hobonichi Weeks has it, and I just really love that. All right, the next thing, and again, this is going to be a thing that I really think is important, and there are two camps, and we don't agree, and that is absolutely fine. But my brain, Sam's brain, says that the way the Hobonichi Weeks and the other Hobonichi products handles your calendars and the order of them is the right way. I love having the overview of the years. I love having this yearly overview for tracking. Well, that's what I use it for, way up front. And then you go into the months. My brain says the months are found on the front, and then the weeklies come after that. I do not like planners that intersperse the monthlies within the weeklies. And I know, like I said, this is one of those places. I just don't think that there's a Switzerland. There's either you're in the camp with the months within the weeks, or you're not. And I am definitely on the not side of things. I don't like having to find a month there. Months are things that I think that you really need to be able to access very quickly. And I know that you can put tabs in, but I generally don't. If I'm at the doctor's office and I need to look really quick to see if I have something going on a day that I need an appointment, I don't want to be going like this through my whole planner to find the month. I just move over here, and then I only have a few pages to go through, and that is just the way a calendar should work for me. So this system has that, and I have tried to go to systems that don't do it that way, and they just break my brain. I can't do it. This is the right way to make a planner. Thank you, Hobonichi. All right, so the next thing is the sturdy covers. There are a lot of other alternatives to the Hobonichi Weeks now, and none of them have this cover that's like the Hobonichi Weeks. They have the board or the cardboard or whatever it is, and then it's always wrapped in something. This is the bow and tie fabric. This is the just regular colors line. Then they have the ones that are like a, I don't know, a coated something, canvas or something, I'm not sure. And they just don't feel flimsy. They don't feel like your book's going to get all bent out of shape. It feels like everything is very protected. I know that there has been some paper quality issues, I guess, this year. My planners have not been affected by that, but the quality, I don't worry about the quality ever with the Hobonichi. I know it's going to make it through the year. I know I'm not going to have any kind of like mess up or anything. And my planner is going to be there for me all year long. And for me, that really starts with the cover. I don't worry about it. I've never had anything crazy happen, nothing come like apart or anything. And I just like not worrying about that. The fact that the cover is going to make it through a year, no matter how much I stuff it or what I do with it, is just, it's peace of mind that my planner is going to hold up for years to come. And that brings me to the last point, because I know that a lot of people throw their planner away at the end of the year. But for me, the Hobonichi Weeks it's a hybrid. I have sticker shops I love, and I have photos that I print, and I keep memories in the back, sometimes with journaling, sometimes with not. And these are just things that I want to hold on to, and I'm putting them in here as more of a journal, of a memory keeper. This book is everything for me for the year. And going forward, I am really embracing that again, and I'm going to be journaling and memory keeping in the back, and then doing some planning and some micro journaling in the front. And so if I'm putting all of this time and effort into making these memories, this is not a book for me personally that I'm going to be parting with at the end of the year. And so the last thing that I love about the Hobonichi Weeks is the shelfability. The year, in most cases, all of the years so far for me, except for this really textured cover that I got in 2017, they have the years on them, and they look really nice on a bookshelf, and they don't take up a ton of space. And I only keep the Hobonichi Weeks. So far, that's all I've done. Keep the Hobonichi Weeks. Everything else has been tossed. There's just something about this book that is really special to me. And my husband and I were actually talking about it the other day. He feels the same way now about the Hobonichi Cousin. He usually loses his planner well before the end of the year. He's going strong in his Cousin. He has another one for this year, for 2025, that he's going to use. And he was just like, it has all the things. It has my thoughts. It has my memories. It has my journaling. It has my doodles. And you just put it on a shelf. And it looks nice while it's there. And then you can just easily go and say, hey, what did I do in 2022? And this is where I have all of my journaling and my memories and my tracking. And that's just comforting to me, that I'm not taking up a lot of space. It can easily go on a shelf. Like if you, I mean, I hope that Hobonichi doesn't ever stop making these planners, because I'm so attached to them at this point. But just thinking about space, it would take me, I don't know, 15, 20 years to completely fill a narrow bookcase, one shelf of just the Hobonichi books themselves. And so knowing that I would be able to keep them and they're not going to be like overwhelming my space is really important to me. And so this is where all the fun stuff goes. I've started spilling over. I've always decorated the front at the beginning of the year, and this stays the same. But recently I have started filling, well, I always have done this. I've just been, I guess, more serious about it this year. Let me get my crap out of here. So I have been filling the back area with stickers that came on packages and places that I went. I have a leaf in here, the first fall leaf that I found like in September, I have in here. And we just went to Cedar Point this weekend for my birthday, and I was like, should I put this in a journaling spot, or should I put it here where I'm going to see it more frequently until the end of the year? And so this is the spot that I chose. So I'm able to take those things where I have been previously afraid, oh, am I putting this in the wrong spot, or will I ever see this again? This is the planner that I keep, and if I'm going to spend money on things, this is what I would like to see again. And that's something that I never had in rings, like these pretty stickers. These are from LA Florals, and I do PR for her shop currently. Our PR term is about to end, but I do have a code for now through the end of October, SAM10, if you would like to purchase stickers from her shop. I love this time of year, and I love ghosties all year long. These are from Paper Minty Studio. I love her shop too. But I have invested in all of these stickers over the years, and I have my favorites. I have my favorite makers, and you know, you spend money on these, and so I don't want to put them in something that I'm going to toss. I would like for them to last me more time than that. So the fact that it's easily shelvable and they look really pretty while they're sitting on your shelf. I mean, just seeing how things have changed over the years, you know, and which planner you chose for which year, and just kind of seeing that stack all together is just super gratifying to me. I feel like it's just my pride and joy. It's my planner collection, and I love it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video about 5 more things that I love about the Hobonichi weeks. I would love to hear from you. What is on your list that maybe isn't on mine? Like I said, I do have a previous video where I have some maybe more obvious things that are my favorite about this planner. So I will leave that link for you to go and look at that video as well. But I would love to hear from you in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here and don't want to miss out on future videos, please consider subscribing. Thanks so much, as always, for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.